we are live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Landmark number 20.
Number 20.
20? Are you kidding me? Wow. That is awesome. Well, we got lots of stuff to talk about. It's been a busy week since last you saw us. And we're in, man. It's working. Sweet.
They just posted moments
now?
ago. It is here. We're finally happy to reveal our new company logo. Retweet if you're proud of it. I just seen it. I'm just retweeting it now. It is freaking awesome. I wish you guys could look. It looks like an owl's head, eyeball like this, and it's got like a eclipse looking thing in its eye. It's really cool looking.
Dude, it's cool.
That's really awesome.
God. All right. It looks like my video window is out of kilter. So, wow, that's cool. I can't wait to see it. That's great, man. And to happen right now.
Yeah, you able to bring that up on the screen for them?
Yeah. Give me just a moment. I got to. It's got me. Skype. I hate Skype. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I hate Skype. Skype stinks for broadcasting.
Oh, wow. You got a big one down there. That's cool.
Yeah.
I see two of me.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. All right. Bear with us, everybody, while I get this stupid Skype thing. It moved on me. You know what? We need to plug in an open broadcaster just for Skype. Because I've seen everybody who streams, who does talk shows, has these stinking Skype issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good enough. All right.
We use Skype because it's one of the most easiest to get a hold of, because people have it on their phones, they've got it on their computers. More people use it. It's just easier and a lot quicker most of the time.
All right. So where's that link? Drop it in TeamSpeak.
All right. Give me 1 second. Try that one. Take you straight to it.
Bink. Here we go. Wow. Hey, seriously cool. That is awesome, man.
All right, so welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry for the little squirrel, but yeah, that's freaking awesome. The new logo has finally been released, and I think it's kind of cool. You know, it's different than anything else you see out there. So hey, it's good.
Well, as everybody knows, we've got two big articles that got posted since the last Let's Talk Landmark, which was on Wednesday evening over on Timma's channel. Wow. So we've got the new continents, and Timma went over these on one of his streams. Was it Thursday? Thursday or Friday? Yeah. But we're going to talk about the new continents and the new claim update. There's a lot of information here. But so this is from Augur Devs. As you probably know by now, we're releasing a large update later this month, which includes the wipe and a ton of new improvements to Landmark. We previously talked about the changes to crafting and harvesting and achievements and progression. And today we want to share info about the new continents coming too. I'll explain everything in more detail below. The big takeaways, though, are brand new continents and cooler shapes and new biomes. And we are so psyched for that. Surface caves return and they can be claimed. That is amazing. Can you imagine having your build at the mouth of a claim? Sounds to me like you'll be able to maybe claim the land above it and go down into it and maybe deeper. So lots of cool possibilities there. It's going to be fun. And then more interesting underground caves with more ruins and fewer dead ends. I like that. Well, if anyone's ever watched our shows from back when I was doing spelunking with Lousy, I got lost every single place we went. And I don't know how, but he'd always find his way out. It was just, so he'd save my skinny. Anyway, new continents. So here's a map shot of one of the new continents. And as you can see, there is water feature going right through the middle of this thing. So we don't have rivers per se as yet. And do we know if their intent is to make these the final continents that we're going to have in?
I don't think so because what they have already said before is they wanted larger.
Okay.
Larger.
All right.
So
well, I'm happy we got this. So they said they're releasing about 20 new continents that feature brand new topography, continent shapes, and biomes. These will replace the current contents entirely. So that is what we're getting, guys. This is it's the one screenshot map view of just one of them. The new continent shapes allow the ocean to break into the landmass, creating more islands, archipelagos, peninsulas, etc. More places to build, more waterfront. Everybody wants waterfront property. Yeah, can I get a hell
exactly, exactly. But now we have that big square like this, and basically the island is only taking up like this much of it. So if you're looking at this, I think what they're going to try to do is expand those as close to the outer reaches as possible to take up as much of that usable area as they possibly can. I think that is probably the next iteration that they said that they were wanting to do anyway.
I'm hoping to do is raise the land mass.
I'm hoping to make it like just make the usable area like 50 times bigger and make it like a huge continent.
Spider was this freaking big.
What?
Oh yeah, just crawled out from under my couch. Oh God, hate spiders. Okay. Oh my God, we live near the water, so we get a lot of these rascals.
Who was it? Who was it the other day posted on Twitter about a spider? Y'all are getting infested, man.
That was awful. That looked like a brown recluse. This one wasn't. This was just a stupid run-of-the-mill cave spider. Anyway, so I digress. Where the hell were we?
We're going into biomes next, which is let me scroll down.
Several new biomes have been added. Both above and below ground. So yes, yay. Can you say underwater biomes? I assume that's what they're talking about. But I'm psyched about the volcano biome that we're getting. So, and existing biomes have had their props improved. Well, okay. So
they did this with trees in the past where they made the actual textures look more refined and more detailed. And I think this kind of pushes it out to other props that they use, such as plants and rocks and that sort of thing. I think that's probably what they're referring to.
Oh, Corain says, yeah, it was Taylor had a huge spot. Yeah, that was, wow, that one. Whew, that gave me the willies. This guy was just jamming. He was like carrying a cup of coffee, had his book. I think he was headed to the loo. We'll have a good read. Prop placement in every biome has been improved. Well, I'm anxious to see what their new algorithm is. There are more total props, and their placement composition is more aesthetically pleasing. In other words, like Tenma, it's more pretty. He's a handsome lad. Jesus. All right, 4 new biomes will
He's
be
got-
introduced. We get Deciduous Surface, Deciduous Cave. I can't wait to see that. Holy cow. Volcanic Surface and Volcanic Cavern.
George has
said-
got beer goggles on. I don't know what the heck y'all talking about. Okay, go ahead.
Screenshots are greater than words. So here's some screenshots so you can see these directly. These things are amazing. So there's the above ground. I assume that's above ground. And this looks like a scene from Star Trek.
Well, I wanted to kind of go back here because this is some stuff that I noticed when I was going over these imagery over on my channel. Back on the volcanic picture there's a bunch of props in that picture that we don't have. Those particular trees we don't have. A lot of the plants we don't have. So we're assuming we'll be getting those as well. As for the deciduous forest, I think we pretty much got all of that. I think, for the most part. The cave system, there was, if you notice, you had the amoeba-looking light source that's in that cave
Yeah, it
system.
looks like a sea anemone.
Yeah, we don't have that. I'm sure we'll probably get it. But if you look over on the right-hand side, there's like a little steam vent coming out of a rock.
Oh, right here. Oh, yeah. Hey, I didn't even notice that.
So I'm assuming that's a prop item, and we'll probably get it, one that actually has steam coming out of that rock face.
I like that.
And I think there was like maybe one plant down on the ground in there that we didn't have. On imagery 4, you got, looks like 2 or 3 different versions of seaweed. And they only posted one image of the undersea stuff here, but they actually showed 2 on the workshop show. So if you go back and watch the last episode of the workshop show, you'll see the second imagery for the underground or underwater that is not posted in this particular link.
I love the seaweed in this shot. We were visiting a claim today that someone had made entirely underground and in the side of a mountain that went down into the ocean. And they opened up the entire side of the claim into the sea. And as we swam through, it was seamless. It was seamless. What the heck did I do now?
Well, if you remember back when we were actually able to interact with water like normal voxels, that was pretty interesting because you could select an area out of the water and you could paint it. That was done away with, and I'm hoping that kind of comes back in a way. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, well, so remember we were over at Emily's beach house one time. It was right after Steve Klug and his team had started working on trying to get the water to stop as soon as you started building something. And we're getting those big black stripes that were between where the water stopped and where the air started. And it was... yeah.
Somebody was talking about my red shirt, so yeah.
Tim has the red shirt.
And
so did we manage to kill you in any of the combat scenes over the weekend?
Not yet.
All right.
Well, we still got. I don't even know. I want to say her name, but Captain Bitch still needs to die. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Surface caves. They're back. Surface cave networks, caves that have entrances on the surface of the continent will once again be found on every continent to provide some cool cracks in the earth to explore and give a first taste of underground exploration, and they can be claimed. Wow. And I love this screenshot.
If you notice, like right in the center, upper 3/4, you could see the hub way off in the distance there. That's really, the LOD for the hub is phenomenal. If only we could do that with the rest of the props, would be Awesome.
Right there.
Yes.
Oh man, I didn't notice that. That's great.
If we could be able to see at that distance, all the trees, I mean, across the whole entire landscape, that would just, really bring everything to life.
See, I want to see Optimus Prime at that distance. I mean, really. And Bob Dobbs' giant horse, the Trojan horse. That thing is seriously cool. I love this shot though. This is a great screenshot.
Now you can actually see where it starts breaking up on the LOD on the left-hand side when it transitions from sand to the lava. You see the streaking that kind of comes off of it? That's that streaking that we keep seeing on our claims when we're right up against something. It puts these long streaks out. That's what it looks like.
Well, I'm really psyched about this. So they say that the surface caves are going to be breaking the surface a lot more naturally, and there'll be a lot more of them. So it's a bonus for everyone who wants to claim a cave. Go for it. So surface caves are no longer restrict you from placing claims around them. New cave entrances looked too awesome and inspired too many great build ideas for us to close them off. So once again, I love that they're listening to the community.
I'm still waiting to see a post that comes from, the engine department, level of detail improvements. I want to see information about the occlusion, being able to put a light and then a voxel in front of it, and the voxel blocks the light. Mm-hmm. I want to see that kind of stuff as well. But we have heard nothing about any of that yet. I'm kind of crossing my fingers that that's going to be one of those things that's going to be the ooh and ah that they really don't want to release until they actually release the patch.
Well, with so many big tech changes coming to Landmark, I think it would be a huge win for them and the community if they could get Steve Klug on there, on the show, to talk about some of the big technical changes to the engine, the architecture, the client, whatever the big stuff is, because everybody who's testing, most of the people who are testing this thing are digging the technical info that they release to us, that they share. I mean, we don't want them to give away their trade secrets or anything, but just to inspire us with what you guys have been working so hard on. That would be fantastic.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this underground caves thing.
Yeah.
All right. Underground caves. Bigger, better, deeper, darker. So many connotations with that. Never mind. Underground cave networks with points of interest in them, like graveyards and portal shards, are much, much longer than they were previously. You should now be able to find plenty of interesting things after arriving in a cave network without having to pulverize out of it. There are way more caverns and ruins in the underground. To give you an idea, here are a rough estimate. In the old caverns, there were 25 caverns with 15 ruins per layer. The new system is 300 caverns and 250 ruins per layer. That is a major jump. 15 ruins to 250 ruins. 25 caverns to 300 caverns.
Dude,
that's immense.
They're massive. So, wow. And we're talking about the same size islands. They're not changing the size of the island. They're using more of the landmass on top, but they have not. So that's huge. So are we still
now,
in a?
This is per layer. They're going to be 5 layers like this.
So are we 2 miles deep on the islands? Because I know it's 2 square miles on the surface.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm thinking
for sure.
Right now there aren't they 1 mile deep? I don't know. But that's huge.
I don't remember.
That's a lot of stuff to explore.
But carrying on, the goal with this change is to increase the number of interesting locations to find while exploring underground. We believe, and your feedback told us, that caverns with ruins are the most interesting part of exploring underground. And our technical test with the first round of caves informed us that we can afford to have more in the zone, which is cool. There is a whole new batch of ruins to discover in the underground caves. Most of these are larger than ruins on Live now and have some truly epic architecture. Like earlier ruins, these were created by players during the ruins team up and will have walk-in messages that inform you who built them. There are fewer dead ends in underground cave networks. That was awesome. Fewer dead ends. I don't know how many times you go down to a cave and then you smack into a dead end and then you got to backtrack to try to figure out where to go next. You know?
Dude, I get lost in those things. It's insane.
And, you know, the way we were doing it previously was make all left turns. Eventually you'll find your way back out. You know, that was kind of the mentality that everybody had to take just to be able to keep on the right path, you know, and be able to get back to your group or whatever. And I hope that really helps that out quite a bit.
One thing I noticed recently, this is when I was doing a lot of caving with Lousy, is that the procedurally written caves were done in chunks and sections that they just connected together. So you would see the same architecture
over and over
and over. So I wonder how they're doing it this time.
In a way, that's not bad, though, because after you learn what all these different sections look like and stuff like that, you're like, oh, I need to go this way.
Yeah, well, that's why he was able to get out of any cave he went into. He figured that stuff out lickety split, and we had no trouble.
Okay, so caverns can no longer appear directly next to one another in a long chain. There is a minimum distance between them, which will make them appear more natural in the network. Okay. I guess that's, you know, where you got like the stuff that does like that, you know, just really weird looking stuff. I guess they kind of toned it down or something. Underground layers are approximately 40% taller than they were before. Their width is roughly the same.
Okay, there it is.
That I don't know. I had to see it. I don't know. And last but not least, all caves are now slightly darker.
I like that. It certainly makes a lot of sense. It'd be fun to film down there, you know, when you get someone off in the distance with a light source. I wonder if they're gonna have they said anything about new monsters. All right, so NPC distribution. The NPCs have been rebalanced to improve the combat experience and to work with the new combat progression outlined in our achievement progression post. Combat NPCs no longer appear on the surface or in surface caves. Well, for new folks, that'll probably be a plus at first. I think people might quickly miss that, but we'll have to wait and see. It was just fun watching us get killed by these surface mobs as we're streaming. And we're wandering around, all of a sudden, splat. Get blown up by a mushroom. All right, so NPC, or the fiery fungi, remain on the surface, though, and will also be underground just like before. NPCs have been rebalanced from tiers 1 through 5 to be in line with the new character's stat progression. Okay. So I'm assuming that means that the tier 5 mobs are going to be insanely harder.
Depends, I guess. But I want to see variance. I don't want to see the same monster on every single tier. I hope they implement, you know, like 10 or 15 new mobs with this patch. It would just bring a little bit more life. Because, I mean, if all you're fighting is those stupid slimes or those things that apparently run away from light sources, the smogs or whatever you want to call them. What are they called?
So, Carl, what time is that broadcast going to be?
What?
Yeah, they said they're going to. Is that today or what? Anyway, so the deeper into the world you travel, the tougher the enemies will be that you encounter. We're looking forward to you experiencing these changes yourself after the wipe with the next big game update at the end of the month at World's End. Well, that's cool, man. I'm digging that a lot. These new the new biomes though. This is I love this screenshot here of the cave. You see all the glowing plants, and you can't make out what's in the distance. You can see some highlights, but you can't see what it is. I love it.
Apparently, that link that I just looked at, they're having a bunch of Daybreak devs play Landmark. They've got Adam Clegg coming over from H1Z1 to play Landmark.
No kidding. Oh man, that's fantastic.
Great. That's great.
I hope they find our movie set.
They've got, let's see, Holly Longdale from EQ and EQ2 is coming over.
Man, that's great.
Chris Bishop from PlanetSide. Jens Anderson's coming over from DCUO.
That is fantastic.
Let's see who else is playing here. And of course, Josh Augustine's going to be playing for the Landmark team. And it looks like the big things that I'm seeing right now.
Well, that's cool. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. Now, kind of get back to where we were just moments ago here. You were talking about the NPCs no longer appear on the surface.
Except for the exploding mushrooms. We still get those.
I did put my rant about that, which, critters need to be on the surface that do not attack, but will once engaged by the player, such as bunnies, deer, raccoon, varmints, chickmunks, beavers, birds, bear, that sort of thing to kind of bring the surface to life.
Snakes.
And that's something that we really need to do. Yeah, snakes.
I can do without the spiders, though.
Yeah.
I've got plenty here.
But just some random critters, kind of like going around. It will introduce players to the combat system, if they want to take on a rat or whatever, something that's low hit points, low damage or something like that on the surface. It doesn't attack you unless you attack it first. It will definitely get people into the interaction of the combat system for the game. Plus, it'll bring the surface world to life a little bit more. And we did get feedback, by the way, on that.
Oh, okay.
And give me one moment here to find his reply post.
That's great.
And as soon as I can find it, there it is. Found it. We agree that having more peaceful wildlife would be a great addition. It's not in this patch, but a great idea for. In other words, it didn't.
Coming soon.
It's soon TM. In other words, you may never see it, which
I think we'll get it by the time we go live. I really do. I think, yeah, for sure.
But there was a big calling for that after we discussed it on the show.
Did you see Zadira's comment in chat?
28 people did a thumbs up on that post, by the way, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is. Okay, well, good job, dude. You see Zadira's comment in chat?
I'm flippity floppity back between windows here, so bear with me here. Chicken emitters.
Emitters to put on our claims that will give us wildlife.
Yeah,
like that.
You can make a farm.
Well, we can make jellyfish as it is, so why not chickens?
Be pretty interesting.
Just saying. Be weird.
Let's see.
All right. So we're ready to get on to the next topic. We're covering two today.
Yep.
Upcoming claim limit changes. This is exciting. So Farron, Terry Michaels posted this. Hello again, Landmarkians. We're going to be making some changes to the number of claims everyone can have in the near future, with the update planned on around April 29th, which we now know is going to be on or around May 4th. Unless they say otherwise, and how you go about extending those caps. I love this. All right. So the current limits are 2 root claims and 8 attached claims. And then initially, the new limit is going to be 1 root and 3 attached. They're going to grant us 1 more root and 5 more attached. So everybody who's in the game now will have just what we had before. But for the new players, I believe, coming in, we'll start with 1 and 3.
Yeah. And for us that have been playing, we get 2 and 8.
Yeah.
So there's no change for us that have been already playing. It's just for the people that are just coming into the game that they'll be reduced to that, what we had, 6 months ago.
All right.
It was like 6 months ago. Going back to that.
So with the new system, however, you'll be able to expand the number of root and attachment claims that you have through the marketplace. When you can purchase a root claim expansion slot or an attachment claim expansion slot, you'll get an item that you'll consume to increase your limit on those. And you also receive a corresponding claim flag. Well, that's great. You don't have to go craft it. And these items will be tradable. So I can buy some and give them to Tinma for his 14 accounts. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Lady Kathleen.
Yeah.
I take care of that gal.
I got 4.
She's the repository. She has the museums, the memory of everything we've done in Landmark. It's so we've got a special role written in to our movie for her, and Admiral Shatari. Be cool. Don't worry, it's not a love scene. There's no kissing. You're safe, Lady Kathleen. All right. So the total number of claims that we'll have, including all possible expansions, are 8 root claims and 24 attached claims. Holy.
But there are some stipulations to this.
All right. Bring it.
The stipulations, now this was what was passed on through Twitter because people were like, wow, I can make one that's like this wide and all that. No, that is not the case. You will still be limited to a 3x3, but you can go vertical and below.
That's pretty massive.
Okay? Which is still pretty freaking big. But it still puts you under that limitation of the, what is it? It was 3x3.
You won't be able
I
to
believe,
build beyond that red zone.
Right. And so, which it is kind of a bad thing, but in a way we can kind of suck it up and live with it. But it is that step forward. It actually gets us to the next little level that we want to be able to do is build bigger claims with a lot more people.
So in case you've been sleeping under a rock, Jax, we have a movie. We're producing a movie. It's Landmark the Game's World's End. And it's going to be a promo. It's basically the story from inside the game of what's happening outside the game. We need to explain that the worlds are all getting wiped and going away. So we're fighting the wipe monster, and then we got to get off world with all of our stuff. And arrive at the new world. So anyway, anything else about those? First of all, any questions? Anybody have any questions that we can try and field?
Yeah, please ask. If there's something we know, we'll definitely pass it on to you. We are like Twitter hounds. We are forum hounds. We collect all the information as much as we possibly can. So Just like that logo thing today. You know, it just got posted like moments ago.
Yeah, that is, dude, that is really slick.
I like the new logo.
There it is. That is really slick.
I'm still not too happy about the name of the company, but I still like the logo. Daybreak. Whoever came up with that needs to be shot.
You should just. They could have called it Magic Hour.
No, they could have called it Fist Face, and it still would have been cooler.
Jeez. I guess, well, it was better than calling it Abomination. After the. Never mind. I digress. So, any questions? Yeah, Katina was comments. There's some good comments here. Yeah, I want a 5x5. That would be amazing. So 1 root and 24 attached claims. 5x5.
Well, yeah, but I would. I'd love to have that 25 claims or a 5x5, but there are some issues that I see that the reason why they didn't do that. If you take a 9x9 and you put it next to, or excuse me, a 3x3 and you put it next door as close as you possibly can to another 3x3, you get overlap.
Mm-hmm.
And that little overlap, as it stands right now, it's like a claim, maybe a claim and a half distance between the maximum claim on this side and the maximum claim on that side. Now, if you went to a 5x5, you would get overlap of the claims like this. And then you start having issues. And then all of a sudden you'd have like whole entire islands just overlapping each other repeatedly, and we'd see a lot of issues with that. The way I could actually see that happening is if when you put down a claim, you'll notice like a claimable land box, which is that red line on the outside. They would have to expand that out even further when you put down a claim. So then you have less people on a given island.
So in addition to that logo, I see here, and they've launched a new company website, daybreakgames.com. A few other things you may notice. Station Cash is now called Daybreak Cash. Your station account will now be your Daybreak account. And if typing Daybreak is ever too cumbersome, you can use DGC. Nice. All right. Well, good. I like that.
Wouldn't that be DBGC?
There we go. I'm good though. This is good. I like it. Love the new logo though. That is man, that is popping.
All right, let's see
Like
here. And I'm trying to get it to bring up the Daybreak Games Twitch channel, because that's where they're going to be having the stream here this afternoon in about 15 minutes. Or is that Pacific time?
Pacific. I think 5:30 Eastern. 5:30 Eastern.
I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
Oh, that'd be awesome if it was coming up next.
Let's see. News. Let's go to this thingy again. Yeah, it just says 2:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m., but it doesn't say Pacific or Eastern, so it's all good. At the bottom, they've got PDT, so in about 3 hours, ish, something like that.
And guys, if you would like to see the dailies from our filming over the weekend, they are right here.
How about you go full screen and you play it for them?
Yeah, all right, I can do that. Oh, I can do that.
Cool. And we'll just do commentary.
Sounds good, man.
Well, you'll have to do commentary because
time for it.
I'm a few seconds behind y'all, and if I want to see it.
Let me modify my window here. And yeah, okay. Beep. And without further ado, let's see if this plays smoothly.
Ah, infinity and beyond. Okay.
Click on this video right now to take advantage of this amazing offer from Herson's Kia. Drive home a new Kia.
Skip ad. There we go.
All right. Heck yeah, full screen that sucker. Oh, you already done that. Oh, gotta love ads. Tells you how far behind I am, right, Gio?
Yeah.
See, with everybody's grappling hook connected, it almost looked like everybody was trying to pull that horse off the carriage. I am so far behind what everybody else is seeing that it ain't no joke.
Yeah, right. So right now this is where we're battling one of the worms. Guys, we've been having a blast with this. So much fun. We had over 40 people, probably more than 50 between the 2 days that we were shooting. And we've been able to create something. It's hard to believe this is the landmark at times. So I'm hopeful that we'll have some tools at some point in the future to assist us with filmmaking, like being able to turn off our character as we're filming. Check this out, though. This is my favorite right here. That is the jet running dog maneuver. The jet maneuver for short.
Get them, boys! Those worms, are freaky as heck. It would have been so cool if we could have just made them go like this, you know?
I know. With more time, well, I need you guys to build one that's been killed and laying flat on the ground, stretched out. So this is after the crew gets. So this is the survivors returning. So this is where we need about 100 extras, all to be walking off these landing crafts. Those
It looks like everybody's hurt and everybody. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not though. All that matters is Geo sees me sad. Yep.
So all these landing crafts.
Is this all that's left of us?
Is this?
She's holding
Okay, these are kind of
I mean, after the battle.
Hey, we've had some battles.
Kids, Chinky and Dardak are going to be busy if this is all that's left.
Oh, that's the march home. It's like, I guess y'all ran like little poopies.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Me and
everyone's
Clarity will
worn
be
out.
on their way in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crane
Gio, did I
says,
get in that shot?
if this is all that's left, Dardak and Jinkies are going to have their hands full. Try to save the rest of the world. And then again, this black screen stuff here. So this was neat. This right here is everybody flying around these emitters attached to the Iron Giant.
And what are they supposed to be doing right now? Like with the Iron Giant and the gravity thingy or whatever that is. What is that?
I just well, we have an amateur here in the channel. It would be lousy. None of this was filmed with music. The music's added and after in post with the clip.
That is so cool. I hope they don't take that out of the game.
I know, man. That is just amazing.
For the
I really
credits,
hope
can
they
I
don't
change my
fix
name to
that.
like Brad Pitt or something?
Was that Lamilla
Yeah,
when he
really,
changed
no.
his name to Brad Pitt?
I mean, we look
in
the same.
credits?
Trust me.
You're talking about me? I'm Brad Pitt. What are you talking about? He can't have my Brad Pitt.
Or I should say, he'll look like me when he
so-
gets old too.
So that Lousy knows these are
Hey.
dailies. These are just pretty much raw clips with little descriptions of them. So everybody who's watching can see what it was we were filming.
Plastic block. Oh gosh.
Yes, that is a
I think
condition
Lousy
that
would have to
everybody
settle for
strives
like
to
Jason Statham or something.
white and wrinkled.
This is my favorite clip right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips that you guys don't see. These are just like excerpts, or whatever you want to call it.
I have 2 hours of footage from the weekend.
He's just taking pieces and stuff just to make y'all wonder what that freak he's doing.
These are the daily reels. And just put in a few clips on the dailies. The good stuff, no one's going to see till I re-air this live for the first time.
I watched that particular clip there, and I just keep thinking of Riverdance.
I think we're all in happy mode doing tribal dance. Or most of us.
It's kind of weird how my character is glowing. Why is my character glowing? I think your mouse is over my character or something.
So if you guys check this clip out, there is a mech being animated. And so what we can see, there are some light emitting props that as they're being animated, I mean, you can still see the light from them. And the cauldron, of course, as it's being moved around, emits light. So the props that emit light, you see that when you're doing this puppeteering in Landmark. Emitters, you can't see in that mode. It would be nice if we could have that option. And the lag you're seeing on screen is just me playing back YouTube. I should have played this from the original source on my computer. But
Actually, everybody's used to it looking like that.
yeah, this weekend for sure.
Not over the past week. If you
Yeah,
go
really,
over-
yeah, right, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God, every time we get over to Pantera's, it's like death, computer death.
That one looks like higher contrast.
It is.
Did you crush the blacks in there?
Yeah, I did.
I knew you did.
But I did that on YouTube.
That is a video term, by the way. That is not. Look it up.
And this, after we shot this scene, this is one of the first combat scenes we shot. And the special effects we got from all the weapons and the emitters, and it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. Next. And without further ado, so we are. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. One time. And let me get Skype back. I can find my mouse here. I think I've got fluff in my mouse. There we go. All right, Timma, you're back.
I'm sorry. I was bringing up the dictionary term for that.
Oh, great stuff. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Fun time. We need about 100 extras tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Time in Landmark. Go search EOW in the gallery. We're going to need you guys at the By Sea is the name of the claim. That's where you saw people getting off the landing crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna shoot the march to the World Gate, and then we're gonna shoot a second sequence of everybody marching through the World Gate to get off world before the world gets destroyed.
And we need everybody.
Yes, we need a lot of people for that.
Everybody.
Should take less than I'm thinking less than an hour. We had no idea that filmmaking in Landmark at this level was going to go so quickly. We got about 4 or 5 times the number of shots that I expected to get over the weekend. So really, really fun. Cool stuff. Lots of potential here, man. This game could really be a thing to make movies.
But you've got a time and a place, Geo, where you want people to be at?
Yeah. There's a claim titled By Sea. If you search EOW in the gallery, that is Bob Dobbs. Go there and be standing on the beach. Be ready to go, ready to rock at 12:30. The Morning Brew wraps at 12. I'm going to grab a burger and then be right back downstairs, and we'll start shooting. Start filming.
It'll be a lot of walking, guys. That's pretty much what's going to happen for the last video.
So that scene where everybody's coming off the transport, it's going to be that same scene, but it's going to be with 100 people or so.
All right. I think that's pretty much it, right?
That's it, man.
Wow, we're right on time.
That's cool. That's a first.
All right. So,
What you got coming up this week, man?
this week I got, of course, streaming, and what I had planned was actually start doing tutorials, but we ain't getting a batch this week. It has been delayed for an extra week, so when that happens, I don't know. But until then, we're going to be doing streaming. And I think I'm going to be doing a variety of different games and stuff like that this week. Because unless you've got something for me to build, I feel lost in space right now.
Dude, I have desperately need one thing. On the White Monster, the portal area that the White Monster's coming through, the wall behind it, that is that ogre brick texture, need that thing painted about 3 or 4 deep with Ethereum so I can see it all the way back by the volcanoes.
Now you talking about at the White Monster?
At the White Monster.
I don't have perms there.
Yeah, you do. Yep, you've got perms there now. None of us had perms on Saturday except Pantera.
Okay.
But Falcone fixed that.
Okay.
Be sure Duncan on Twitter. Yes, he
right.
jumped on that right away.
Just remind me. Remind me, and I'll get it done.
All right. Awesome. So this week, the rest of this week, we're going to be doing filming. I'm hoping to have everything filmed by, say, Friday, and start my post-production on Friday. But we may shoot a combat scene or two, or just some stuff for fun on Saturday. So look for a major event on Saturday afternoon. It's going to start about 11 o'clock or 11:30 Eastern time. And we want to get everybody in for that. Would love to have a couple hundred extras if we can swing it, because there'll be lots for everybody to kill and slay and jump on, and we'll see if we can break the game a few times.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. And then let's talk Landmark on
Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern.
Well, everyone, this is a wrap. Landmark. Let's talk Landmark number 20. Thanks for tuning in. Be good, man. Where's that button? Bye-bye.